Coach, I hate to open it up with this and to put you on the spot with it, but I know we've seen your name connected to the South Carolina OC job a little bit out there. How do you kind of address those things, and how do you kind of balance those things in the middle of the season when you're still going and all that kind of
I
stuff?
tell you what, I heard a guy, Billy Napier, the other day talking. I thought it was really good. He said, anytime there's anything positive that's said about me, it's a compliment of where I am and who I'm with. I'm the receiver coach here, but to be at Mississippi State, to be with Mike Leach, it's always a compliment to be connected to him, and hopefully your name does show up for some things.
And just as a side note, I know you and Coach Beamer go back a ways and know each other a good bit. I mean, what was it like to see him get that head coach job and sort of see what he's done over the years?
Yeah, no, he's had a heck of a career and a heck of a run, and he's got a good challenge ahead of him. And we'll wish him the best. Congratulations, Shane.
We'll go next to Joel Coleman.
Steve, I remember you telling me back during the summer, we were talking about recruiting a little bit, and you said that it really helps whenever receivers get to see guys in Mississippi State helmets catching footballs and doing things that this offense does.
Yeah.
And I know you obviously can't talk about any guys till they sign or whatnot, but just I guess what's kind of your thoughts right now on how things are going on the recruiting trail, and just what's this process for you been like, having to do a lot of virtual FaceTime, kind of like this kind of stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough for everyone. Recruiting this year has been a really unique challenge. And fortunately, there's some guys that I got here kind of early. So in January, I actually got to go see a few guys in state. But there's still several people I've never seen, never been in their high school, never seen them, which makes it very unique on just how you communicate and how you talk. And again, our staff's really done a great job of putting together Zoom presentations that are really good, highlighting our facilities, highlighting our stadium, highlighting our players. So we've done a really good job with that. But it has been a challenge. Same for everybody, though. Everybody's going through the same difficulties here. But yeah, as a receiver coach in this offense, with Coach Leach and his history, it's easy to get on the phone with people and talk about what we do, what we plan to do. Got a young quarterback that's doing really well. I've got some young quarterbacks committed we think are really talented. So there's a long list of really good receivers out there that want to come play here. And that's how you like it. So, yeah, going into next week, we feel pretty good about the group we have. And it could always change. You never know. But there's still several guys out there, receivers, that want to be part of this team that are really good players. So, now we're excited about hopefully what this class will look like.
Next, we'll go back to Ben Portnoy.
Coach, kind of to that, I guess you kind of answered this a little bit, but in terms of that and having that track record to speak on in terms of this offense, what does that do for y'all as a recruiting tool? And I mean, how easy is it to walk into a living room and say, hey, look, this is all the kind of stuff that we've done in this offense, and in terms of recruiting receivers and quarterbacks?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to walking into a living room. That won't happen for another year. So yeah, that is different. But again, the track record, the numbers. What Coach Leach did at Washington State, what he's done at Texas Tech, his history kind of speaks for itself. And a lot of people will go into recruiting and walk in with a playbook. Here's the new pass plays we're going to put in when we get you. And we can speak by precedent and what we've done on the field. So it is fun to do that. We got some work to do. We do. And this is the SEC. So anytime there's a good player out there, there's going to be a lot of people recruiting him, and everybody's going to want him on their team. So it's never easy, but it is fun to be a receiver coach and to speak with a young man and say, here's what we do, and here's what we need you to do, and here's what the future of this offense is going to look like with you and Will and some of these other quarterbacks throwing to you going down the road.
We'll go back to Joel Coleman.
Hopefully this isn't beating a dead horse too much as we keep asking recruiting questions, but when you have a guy like what Jaden Wally's done this year for you all as a freshman, how big of a help is that to kind of circle him when you talk to some of these other guys that are in high school saying, you can come in this offense just because, you're young, that doesn't mean you can't do something. Is that something that gets hit on quite a bit as you talk to some of these guys?
Yeah, absolutely. But, I mean, regardless of what year he was, if he was a senior, it'd be the same thing. We got a guy that hasn't caught a lot of balls around here, regardless of who it is. But for a true freshman to come in and display what he's done talent-wise is really been impressive. But, yeah, young men know. If you watch him, I mean, he's a tough kid that's smart, that works hard, that wants to be a great player. And no, the guys we talk to, we certainly emphasize who he is and what he's done and really what it takes to be a great player and a great wide receiver in this offense.
Next, we'll go back to Ben Portnoy.
Coach, when you are recruiting receivers, I mean, what's kind of the overarching philosophy in terms of what you guys are looking for in this offense and kind of the fit? And do you guys have any kind of like, 2 or 3 points that you're trying to hit?
Well, there's a lot of points we hit. The one thing that's really fun for us, though, is, we have a track record of playing about 8 receivers in every game, if we can. So we play a lot of guys. Now, as we start recruiting and evaluating and narrowing down exactly what we're looking for in that position, there are some different body types. And I've said that a lot. Receivers, the one position that height, weight, size, speed can be extremely different and still be very productive wide receivers. And obviously, you don't want a ton of little guys, and obviously, you don't want a ton of big guys. You'd like as many fast guys as you can get, but there's some guys that aren't as fast that are extremely good players. So recruiting a bunch of guys, making sure we get the right mix of smaller, fast, quicker guys and bigger, stronger, tougher guys, and just keep telling them, if you're a good player, if you can get open and catch balls, you're going to have fun in this offense.
Anything else for Coach Spurrier? If not, thanks, Coach.
All right, good man. Good day, man.
Thanks, Coach.
Oh, yes, sir.